Greetings, my excellent friends. No, there was intro music. I think it just stopped earlier than I was ready to start. At least I assume that the sound is playing. But I imagine you arrived too late to hear it. Yes. Now, it was unfortunately a very short one, and I was not here when it finished. Like, my headphones were on, but I was not sitting here, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to hurry up, I guess. All right. One moment. $102. That. Well, I mean, it's nothing compared to Crash, I suppose. It feels like a lot, though, for a game that has eternal quick saves. But I do notice that sometimes the load game button, it doesn't work. Sometimes I try to intercept a death by loading out of that universe, but I think once you've started something you can't survive, it makes you watch your death. It does not let you get away with that. Look what you did to Lara. Well, it looks like she's crying. The little symbols, when you have the postcard of her house, or the Polaroid of her house, it almost looks like a teardrop coming out of her face. And a quarter of them were, yeah, like 25, like 30 or so out of the 100 were on purpose. But that still leaves a lot of room for falling to my death by accident. Alright, let's go. City of Kamoon. And already the color palette is quite different. It's a lot more orange. Well, actually, I think that's just the lighting to make it look orange. So it looks properly yellow where there's shining light. There's a blinding light that no one else can see. Oh my god. Oh, nobody, no nobody but me. For a second I was about to say, wow, the old version has a sky there. But no, it doesn't. I was looking at the new one. The old one just has... Yeah, so there's proper lighting from there, but not from here. That will just remain the case, I think. Now, that's a bit of a drop to begin with. not get hurt immediately. I said let's not get hurt immediately. There we are. So we've got a shimmy. Take us to a switch. And then down below we've got mostly dead ends, so we do have a push block there. And I guess we can climb up and out of that. Switch first? I'd probably wait and push at other things before hitting a switch, but I don't want to not take this shimmy path right now when I'm right in front of it. Question is, what did it do? I think it opened that. I think that moved. Yes, because now we have two push blocks. They don't look very obvious here. The new graphics does a better job at showing the latch. Not that Lara really uses the latch, but it is a nice symbol that says "Yo, push block here," which I quite like. Now, what did we reveal? Sweet bugger, nothing. That's odd. I don't know what the point of that one is because of where it is. It doesn't serve to block anything, and it can't really be moved. Oh, yes, it can. Ah. I'm to use this to stand on to move the other. That's the purpose of the lower. So now we can be up here, but I think what we need this is to get to that, actually. It's all just in service of leaving. I didn't try to get up here, but now that I look at it, yeah, we need the push block to get up there. Okay, that makes sense. Well, carry on. Right. Nice little self-contained opening room. Just a small starter puzzle to welcome you to the region, I guess. Now we head out into the desert sands, it looks like. We are in a... Well, we're in a city, apparently. So we... Oh, God! You're a new kind of... What is that? It's too dark. Well, it's dark in... But Panther, then. It's a black panther. If that's its actual coloration... Yeah. At first I thought it might have been a cheetah or some sort of, you know... But that would be under the idea that it was just the lighting being bad, so I couldn't really... It's incredibly bad at killing me. Could you get a fucking wriggle on with the murder? Like, are you even dealing damage? It's like it just wants to play. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. Fuck, alright. It figured itself out then. Alright, that should be deadline 27. Gave me a chance. It didn't realize that I was, for the first time in history, asking for it. Actually, for the 27th time in history, but like... Learning why it is an achievement to die to everything. Oh, now you're hurting me lots. Okay, well, hold on then. I don't want to actually take damage from you. I don't know if it was just my angle that not many shots were hitting, but that took a while. Anyway, I'm not sure if the growling, groaning I heard was from another enemy further on or not, so I'm a little concerned about more danger. Wow, talk about the facial glow up there. What the fuck is that? Right, okay, it's like the bow and arrow thing that was attacking me before, but like doesn't have a horse this time. We'll get to him in a second, but yeah, look at the facial glow up there, like that one's looking like that you know, that botched Renaissance painting. There's somebody had restored it and it looked horrible. That's what that guy's face looks like, and then you get to hear and it's, oh, much better. Anyway, that's what the moaning was about. Was this thing? Oh, shit. Hey there, buddy. Oh my fuck. Well, that one's much more efficient than the panther, I'll give it that. Deadline 28. Does she always shoot alternate like that? No. Well, I think she does if one of her guns is interrupted by, not being angled right. And then when it comes back in, it can come in off. Holy explosions, Batman! Right, well, that was eventful. Let's look around. We got a shut gate, door, whatever there, which is looking very much like something that will open. We've got a ramped path there that we can't go up, but we can bounce off of. The raptor mummies in Dino Land. This is just one that moves. I didn't want to do that. Why did I go all the way? I just wanted to stop here. That's too far, isn't it? That's got something on it. Double somethings, in fact. Let's get those. Should be able to just jump up here, right? No. Can I do it from this? Can I get onto here? Jesus. Couldn't be easy. Well, actually, I could probably from here. Oh yes, much better. And like always with these big open rooms, the new graphics has the advantage of draw distance, but the disadvantage of lighting. In some cases. Well, we've got what looks like a room in there that we can see into. We've got water path down there, which we can explore. We have a push block there against that Sphinx. At least I certainly think so. We've got some things that can be inserted into there, but we'll need to get them. They look like little key relics. We've got bars here with a healing kit on the other side of it. Can't climb that, or else it wouldn't be so inconsistent between the graphic styles. Question is whether this is blocking something or whether we need to use it for a platform somewhere. Don't know that we could, because how are we going to move this on such uneven ground? No, no. Does look like there's something behind us, though. Is that a pathway or the way to a switch? Can this go any further? No. Well, can it go sideways? No, because you'd squish yourself. Because yeah, if you could push that to there, you could maybe use it to get up on that block, but I don't think we can do that. And we can't get to the Oh, hello. Bullets, bullets, bullets. Bullets, bullets, bullets. Bullets, bullets, bullets. Bullets, bullets, bullets. We can get up here. You can probably get over that fence, right? You kidding me? Fuck off, really? Alright, Lara, that's a bit pathetic, but whatever. Can you get through these little holes? No. Can we at least running jump to the top of this platform? Okay, we got this at least. As much as we can get up to that ledge, it doesn't accomplish anything. Fine. Well, before we were going that way, we were checking behind this block. There's a gold key block. That's it. Cool and great and awesome. Is there anything... Can I get under you? Ah! There is something here. Bullets. And a little... Oh, hello! Okay, that's a key. Looks... gold blue? Sapphire key. Right. Fucking ow! Don't think I saved recently enough to... Yeah, no. Fine, damage it is. I'm assuming it doesn't go into any of those, because those aren't for keys, those are for... I don't know, stuff. Let's check underwater. Even more bullets. Not much else. It's funny, I would have expected a water path. Okay. That was not what I wanted to do, but okay. So everything else is shut, and the only keyhole we have is this one. Does the sapphire key... I would assume this doesn't work, but maybe it does, because like, it has a gold border around the top. It's just it's not a gold key. First of all, I need to be able to... There we go. Do you work? If you don't, I don't know where else to go. Okay. So, yeah, this must be the way forward. They had much bigger heads back in the day. I'd expect a trap here, but there aren't any more traps that aren't in some way familiar to us, because there are no traps that have their own unique death identifier. So everything's got to be something that's either been seen before or like remixed on. Like I know there's lava and fire. We've only seen fire. Well, that was noise. It's over, Pantherkin. I have the high ground. Where did you go? Don't make me give up my high ground just to find you. Uh-oh. No, for real. Oh! It's fine. It's dead. Sam, it's a panther, not a cougar. The only cougar here is Lara, eventually. I feel like these walls are gonna slide in. Ah! No, 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 no. Jaguar, that's a good one. And he sure likes to do a flip. Okay, there's a key there. Oh, I see where I am. I am here. On the other side of this impassable, impenetrable fence. Leopard. Jaguar, leopard, cheetah, cougar. They're all just cats, you know? Where's this one? That is a different animal. Okay. Extremely dramatic animal. Well, I super duper didn't mean to fall down there. But when was the last save? Literally right before I fell down there. Oh, that's good. This isn't going to work, is it? Oh god, I don't want to do that. Alright, so that's definitely not a jump that we can count on. So falling down is kind of the only thing we can do, I think. No, we can probably maybe go left. Can we? Nah, that's too high. It's too high. that a statue or an enemy? That's a statue, don't worry. Okay. If they had, yeah, if they'd managed to get American cougars or panthers or leopards, oh my, into an Egyptian tomb, I would be. Well, I guess I'd be impressed. There's two secrets in this area. One of them is actually that that ledge right there. I don't know why it's a secret. It's out in the open, but I guess reaching it. Fuck! Right, not going that way. Yeah, no. How would you make that? Because there isn't a particularly good nearby ledge, is there? I was not expecting sudden water. Okay. Puma, that's another one, yeah. I remember that one from The Simpsons. Haha. What is the deal with this? Okay, no pressure pad danger there. Mountain lion always seemed funny to me, because they're a lot smaller than a lion. That one actually looked pretty good in the original. It's got somewhat of a flatter face. And its legs are sort of melted. It doesn't have much of a tail. But the features are otherwise clear. I have to figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing. There was the water. for lack of a cleverer idea as to how to go up. I dare say the best we can do right now is the water. Cool. Okay, well that switch clearly activated the title music. So now we're here. Boo, that's my head. Oh, we got rid of the title music. Fucking no! The point was to be out of the water. There you go. Oh, he actually goes out that way. That's not convenient. Could you come back? I can't shoot you from an enclosed tunnel with no... balls! How long is his loop? And so Gavarok waited. And he waited. And he waited. And he waited. He probably could have done the room's puzzle in the time he waited. But no. Oh, there you are, ouch! Well, if we've got a bit of time, I will look around. It looks like there's not necessarily much in the water here. There you are. Alright, it's dead. It's just some artwork. You can actually... God, that scared the shit out of me before I realized it was the dead thing that I had already killed. I like how they don't float up slowly after dying. They get magnetically pulled to the surface like a rocket. Yeah, it's the incredible buoyancy of my lead bullets. It's a special formula. Really should figure out where I want to send this before I send it, because... it'll be a bitch and a half. Right. Not actually as complicated as I thought. We can't take it over there because there's stuff in the way, so we want to take it to there. Maybe the crocodiles are smart, and after taking enough bullets, they realize that their only way of surviving what comes next is to overact their own death. It wasn't meant to be complicated. For fuck's sake, what? There. Oh, God. Oh, I did it that time. Right, that was a very healthy sounding noise. That wasn't there before. What do we do with it, though? Because it's a bit high. I think we need the other side, but can we get there? I guess we can maybe. God damn it. Did I save? Yes. that enough to just jump on, is it? I don't think so. No, so how the hell then? Snip and Sam just quietly emotionally bonding in the corner while I jump around like an idiot. Because, like, we've got that. But, like, what is the purpose of that? I guess it can be climbed on, but, like, I don't know that this block will give me enough height. Have to try it, I guess. You don't have a feed? How do you do that? Do you just not have accounts anywhere? You do have one on Twitch. No, no, of course that's not enough. So then what the hell is the point? Because we cannot move that anywhere near there. From there? The run? I mean, probably not, though. And at that point, I'm just moving it so much for nothing. What's the... If I go back to before I moved it... No, we are supposed to move it. Damn it. Alright. Guide, what do I do? No, we are sending it this way. This way? Really? Twice more towards the steps. That's here. Possible use would it have in this corner? Don't know if I'm reading it right. It seems to want to go into this far corner here. But I have no idea how that could possibly be even slightly useful. Yeah, that does nothing. Is that wrong direction, perhaps? Problem is, it's not where it started. Oh! So, yeah, they had you put the block here to then jump over to that ledge there. Whereas I didn't do that, I put it closer to it. So when they say put it down... No! Oh. It's just so fucking hard to move. Anywhere. So when they say to push it down, they mean to here, not to that corner. And then to here, and from there you can make that jump. Okay, that makes sense. Which is intuitive if you already did the first one from this point, but I didn't see any reason to make the jump further away when I didn't have to. You may use YouTube, but you never visit the front page. Right, but you don't... What about all the... When you watch a YouTube video, what about all the videos on the right-hand side? Because that's feed. That's still coming up with a list of things it thinks you might... Do you just ignore it? Do you only ever watch a YouTube video because you deliberately searched for it? There we go. Oh, it's done. That's why I wasn't doing anything. Wasn't pushing any further, is because that would involve sending it into the lake. There we go. Jesus! Okay. So you avoid giving YouTube the slightest excuse to shove shit like woke feminist Don't shoot that. Woke feminist destroyed by right-wing legend sort of videos, which... It will, Get fucked! No, Snip, but I can see that that's the easy joke for you to make. Okay, you really want to fall. Sorry, you really want to push me. Alright. Would you die faster than this? Let's go back one. Three shots. That's the number I needed. And what are you gonna do? Okay. And then we have this, which is not helpful. Now that I've finished with this mummy, I want to read what the guide says. Because I still have it open from when I was following it more directly. There's a mummy waiting inside. To prevent it from shoving Lara off the ledge, immediately hop back several times, grab the end of the ledge, drop to the ledge below, climb onto the first movable block to shoot the mummy from safety, then go back up. Note: alternatively, if you feel compelled to prove your womanhood, after pushing the block out of the doorway, draw weapons and run or jump past the mummy into the room, firing as soon as Lara gets a lock on it, roll and shoot, jumping and flipping out of the way if necessary so it doesn't pin Lara against the wall. It's funny to me that I did neither of those things. But to be fair, it did take like 30 attempts to get it to work, so can't have been that good an idea. Now what the bloody hell do I do? Does this keep going? Yeah, I think it had one more space. Did I just hear an enemy, or was that just Lara grunting? I think it was her grunting. Sometimes the headphone directional positioning of it is weird. No! No! No death, we landed in the water. Same thing, and we quick loaded past it. So how are you getting through this? Oh, sideways, right. If you want quadruple digit miseries, there's a perfectly good bandicoot for you. This is interesting. Yeah, where even am I? Well, I guess we're going over here. Seems to be the only... Oh, get... Here we are! Now I recognize the place. Right, that's a secret there. How dead am I if I go get it? Da-da-da! Splat. But can I, like, drop down? And then come back later to do the rest of the proper stuff? I can take the secret without actually dropping down and getting the stuff. For one. Bugger it. We'll just go back up in a sec. Besides, I think that might be Uzi ammo. I wonder if you're supposed to jump to here from that. Nope. I'm just gonna heal. I'm just gonna use a heal. Big old heal. Now we're gonna go back. See, when Lara's swimming in these games, she exclusively does the breaststroke, This is a subtle nod to the fact that she has famous tits. Hang on, that's my way up. How do I get up there now? Oh, there's a second. Right, yeah, it's fine. There we go, we made it. Oh, there's a switch here. I didn't even notice that. I was gonna leave. It's a good thing that the secret was there because it made me do that part again. Well, that was... Well, I'm glad there was a thing there. Guess this is correct path. Going down in a way that does not look like it can be undone concerns me. But yes, this looks like it's probably a winner. And hey, we have an army of staggered saves ready to save us from our hubris. She. That looked really cool. I don't know how I managed to go backwards. But anyway, the crocodile's wife came home and is now really mad about the dead husband on the floor. Problem solved. Is that it? I mean, I guess what we uncovered was from the switch. We opened a path. It's back down at the bottom, so maybe this was just bonus collected bugger. Collectible hunting. That's what I meant to say. Collectible hunting. Right, anyway, onwards. Into water? No. But not pain. It doesn't need to be wet so long as it doesn't hurt. Oh god, why did I mean, as in, like, if you jump into water, you're safe no matter what, but, like... So water is preferable when you're taking a leap that you don't understand where you're going to land and how long it's going to be. But, like, if it's dry, then it's okay if it's not deep enough to hurt... Oh, God, it's not getting better, is it? But, like, you understand... Oh, for God's sake, stop falling into holes. But, like, you understand the completely innocent meaning, right? Like, it isn't any less funny, but, like, you understand the logic behind how that sentence erupted out of my mouth and into the world. What the fuck? Now what? So... You might say I'd be better off waiting. You might also mind your own business and shush. Okay, people are dead. Okay, I don't actually know. I don't want to drop down here though. Seems a bit final. Let's go and look at that other path that was up there. This one right here. Dude, what was that? Well, that wasn't great. It's like, it looks flat, but then when you drop down, it's... Oh, I see. But you can do that. And survive. And then you just go back to where... Oh, so that's just a complete trap. That is nothing. That is just... Hee ha ha, go fuck thyself. Great. And yeah, this is the way we came in. Alright, well, alright, at least I know. It's good to know. Knowing is half the battle. Unfortunately, the other half involves gunfire, and that part can be quite deadly. Switch. So is there anything I need to do before I drop down? Can I get to that? On the other side, can I, Well, no, not like that, I can't. There will be no shimmying across this little bit. In fact, I don't know... Oh, there is something there, though. Guess a running jump from there. Can we run jump to that, or do we need to go down? That looked doable. That looked like a game of inches. That looked very doable. I reckon I'm angled bad. Try it. No. Save, don't abort. There we go. Still no? Come on. Come on! Well, I'm glad I killed the first two, but that's some bullshit. Right, well, shotgun it is. Right, I can't grab a ledge with a gun in my hand. Doing badly. Try again. There. And that is how you answer a dangerous herd of panther. Or alternatively, that is how you dooga when fighting against some cougar. Or that is how you shepherd your way through a battle against leopard. Fucking... For future reference, it is best not to directly jump into a panther's mouth. Thanks. Also, wow, it was that easy to get to this. Is that a bloody another one? How many panthers do you need in this pit? Now that way is open. By God, I'm going to get that little corner thing. Oh, for the love of fuck! I suppose it's the same jump distance as the other one, isn't it? But how do you... No. Oh, no, you can! Well then, if you can make that, why can't you make the other one? Hey! Does that put us at done on secrets? I think there was 3. 3 of 3. Wonderful. It's funny how my my in-game time is 1 hour. I've been doing this for 90 minutes. Which means I've kept maybe 2/3 of the active time. Too bloody far away. No. Save 700. God, you're too fast. But they didn't really hurt me, so it's fine. Now they're dead. And we can get more healing. It's funny that the healing is guarded by the source of the damage. What a curious conundrum it be. Anyway, I think we're finished here. But what lies before us? Fuck! Shit balls! Yeah, I hear you. God. I'm going back a bit. That was rough. Jesus, it fucking melts you, my God. Wait, that's the wrong way. I'm slightly less melted. Fuck, what is this? This would be a much nicer space to do the battle in, but like, what? I feel like I'm in the fucking ancient Egyptian back rooms. What is going on? I guess this is... yeah, okay. Nothing else bloody could have been. Well, it was just weird. Like the space, like it was just this fucking empty box of sand. Like, ugh. And this looks like another one. It's not. It's an empty box of slightly more sand. Oh, there's a... Curious. Curiously positioned. This makes me think I can run jump to it, but like... Tomb Raider is only 20 years old? It's from 2006, are you sure? I can't tell if you're making a joke about the passage of time or if you're actually getting it wrong by a decade. I don't actually fear liminal spaces as much as I fear empty, like void-like spaces. Empty as in walls and a floor are not nearly the problem. Empty as in... You know those classic Assassin's Creed loading screens where there's just nothing and you just run around doing nothing? I don't like those. Actually, I don't mind those specifically, but they're a good example of what I don't like. I don't mind those specifically because the loading screens are so fast that you don't have to do anything. But I don't like it when they do like tutorials and stuff in those spaces. You're making a Kane Parsons backrooms joke. I know one of those words. Well, two. I also know the word joke. I guess I also know the word Kane, but only in the sense of he's a wrestler. Is there... Have I been down there? That wasn't how I wanted to check, but, like, I think I have. Yes, I think this is sort of behind the Sphinx. Now, is anything fucky gonna happen to these tiles? If this were Crash, those would break away, but I guess in Tomb Raider the breakaway tiles are extremely well telegraphed, so... Let's stop for the... Ha! Two more deaths for anybody counting. And there's a meme around about how a media outlet made a big deal about the director of Backroom. How do you direct a meme? Is this about a game or a movie on the concept? I guess you probably could just make stuff on the concept because nobody owns it. If there is, I haven't noticed. But the fact that a 20-year-old is in charge makes perfect sense to me. I swear 90% of the remaster's work has gone into ceiling textures. There was a Backrooms movie. Oh, that's cool, I guess. Did it do well, or was it just... Did it just achieve virality because of its connection to memory? You know what I mean? Like, was it a cash grab, or was it an actual project by somebody with passion? If it was made by a 20-year-old, I'm assuming it was made by someone who gave a shit, as opposed to, you know, Michael Bay's Skibbity Toilet. Was that hole there before? It did really well and was good. Oh, that's nice. I'm slowly morphing into Baka Shinobi. I haven't seen movies much lately. Oh, I see. I think this sand wasn't here before. I think we flooded this room. Because I think previously we jumped up to here. Whereas now it's fine. Although, what does flooding this room accomplish? Because... we also grabbed a key, did we not? Yeah, we grabbed a sapphire key. Another one of those. I don't think this room's changed any. But yeah, I think by opening that hole up... 74% on Rotten Tomatoes. That doesn't mean it's great. That doesn't mean it's bad. Like Rotten Tomatoes can mislead, is I think my point. 74, to me, seems good but not mind-blowing. Which, if that's correct, then fair enough. But yeah, I think that's where I went up before, and then I dropped down, and now there's a hole here. But I think we need to get into the... yeah, we need to get the other side. Because it looks like there's a path that way. I don't think we're quite done here yet. Also, I think I read on the recent topic, not in this stream, but in the Discord, about Xbox studios. Double Fine aren't dead, but they are cut off. And Obsidian took a bunch of personnel losses. And those are the only two studios I pay attention to. I think some people were upset that the movie wasn't a one-to-one of the memes' usual stuff, like people with hazmat suits. Instead, it was someone's own interpretation. Well, I mean, that the reason why it was a good movie is probably because it was someone's own interpretation. If you make a one-to-one of community memery, you're probably going to create something that... the starting point matters a lot in creating a story. If you are creating something where you have all these elements that you need to fit in, and then you have to make justifications for that, your hands are tied compared to if you have your own ideas. Not as if, say, you cannot make great things with those kinds of restrictions, but, you know, it's probably not going to be as good as what you'd make without them. Okay, so now we have, presumably, for the sapphire key. Great. Oh! City of Kamun. Not all of the pickups, but we got all of the secrets, and it was only an hour and 11 of recorded time. I was not expecting the level to just end. I thought we had more shit to do. I thought we had to find... because there was that totem in the Chamber of the Sphinx. I thought we were going to have to find 4 objects that plugged into that and then made it recede or go up, or, you know... I just assumed that those were interactable, but they were just decorative. Well, we're right on stop time, I guess. I thought I'd be here for another 20 minutes or so doing the rest of the level, but then there wasn't any. So, Curious. Next one is called Obelisk of Kamun. So we're still roughly in the orbit of Kamun. Which is funny. I thought Kamoon orbited around Earth, but anyway, and then Earth orbits around Sun. Yeah, I guess tomorrow. Get into that. You think you get the totem items on this level? So it is a thing? Well, if we're still in Kamoon, I guess we can go back to the. Does it do a double up? So far, I haven't seen much level material being used in two different levels, except for at the end of Peru, when we went back to a bit of level 3 in order to fight the guy at the waterfall. But I guess they could do that. They could just have you go back to the Sphinx, because it looked like an important place. It would have to be sort of awkward in what they allow you to travel to, I guess. Hang on. I've got a save here, and I'll go back to. But like the. We just came from. There. I mean, yeah, we are in the same area technically, but obviously we're going to a new part of it. Well, we'll find out. That would be cool, though, if that's like, if it gives you something that looks like a puzzle and then doesn't make you do it, and then that's just because it's setting it up for later. Well, they really put all the text in for the past. Oh no. For the remaster, they really did put all the text in for the passport here. This is a bunch of British passport information, including Her Majesty, so it's like. I mean, obviously, Tomb Raider was made when Elizabeth was breathing, and I think it's set in the modern day as far as when it was made. I don't think it's like Indiana Jones where it's set in the 30s or anything. I don't think. Of course, the old version did not look like that. I do like these stamps. These stamps seem to be filling in as we play. You can't really see them because of the save menus on top of it, but you can see Peru and you can see a Greek, and you can see Egyptian pyramid. Passport, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, name of bearer, Miss Lara Croft, nom de titulaire, accompanied by spouse, accompagne de son espouse, but there's nothing there because she's not married. National status, citizen of the United Kingdom and colonies. I know that's official, but Swede would have something to say about that. This passport contains 30 pages. Her something majesty's principal. I can't read that over the save menu, obviously. But then the old version is just pixels. You can barely make out port. It doesn't look like passport though. It looks like Fakport. It looks like Fakkport. All right, that's good enough. La, la, la. Greece. We are out of Greece. We spent 5 levels in Greece. And in Greece, we got attacked by lions, gorillas, and a Frenchman. And we also stepped on the hand of King Midas and got turned into a golden statue. Then we plundered a toilet. I don't think I enjoyed Greece. Sorry, Dennis. Damn, these are all wrong. Yes! Let's... There was also a... So first we went to a temple called St. Francis's Folly. I don't know what St. Francis has to do with Greece. Then we went to the Colosseum, which I thought was Roman. And then we had these 4 rooms that were based on gods. Or not gods, but mythological figures. And the four were Neptune, not Poseidon, Damocles, as in the sword of, Atlas, as in holding up the earth, and Thor, as in the Norse god of thunder. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why this was their idea of Greece at all. But and then we went to a fucking Aztec tomb in Greece or something like that. It was the tomb of Teotihuacan, but or maybe an Egyptian tomb because that was the one that told us to go to Egypt. Anyway, the point is, Tomb Raider 1's a mess. I am pretty sure no gorillas. There are Egyptian. Yeah, well, that's it. Greece and Egypt aren't that far from each other, water permitting, which is why Age of Mythology worked, I'm pretty sure, because they just walked there. Although, yeah, Tomb Raider and Age of Mythology. If we go to a Norse land after Egypt, then that'll cinch it. But I don't think so. Anyway, that will do for the stream. So if you want to see me actually play Tomb Raider, Dennis, you're a bit late. But yeah, next level we'll get this. Well, it says obelisk, so I guess that's what the totem thing is. It was an obelisk. So yeah, we'll go around and hopefully get to do that. Is this the one where you get to lock the butler in the freezer? No. No, there was no butler in the tutorial. I assume that there will be as I play the sequels. I don't know when I'll do that. I'll probably take a break between each, but at some point in the second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, because that's how many games we have. Just slightly too many, but we'll get to them bit by bit. Eventually, a butler will be abused. Guarantee it. Fare thee well.